Todd is great and he is always baked. Morning sun shining, we can't be late. Coffee brewing, tunes on the go. Knock knock, it's the Todd and Joe morning show.
And like the staph infection you can't get rid of, I'm Joey Stones. You can't get rid of me? And I'm always on your skin. I'm just on your skin all the time. All the way.
I don't know if I like that.
Okay.
Staph infections are not cool, man. You're cool. Staph infections are not cool.
Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. How the fuck are you doing today, Toddifer?
I'm all right. You know, kicking it.
Don Hymus. Don Hymus.
You like that? I'm still going, man. Fucking year and a half later, and I still am coming up with new ones. I mean, don't get me wrong. I will admit I'm starting to get towards the bottom of the barrel. Again, ones I'll never use, but just ones that are just kind of just dumb or really don't make any sense, or are literally just kind of like forced ones. I just took somebody's name and threw like weed in it, you know, like that type of shit. Not super creative.
I feel like some of the ones that are references to kids today you just don't get. So you're like, oh, that makes no sense. But to like a 12-year-old, it would be like the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, exactly. So now we back. It's been a couple weeks. I don't know. I lose track of time.
Sometimes it airs, sometimes it doesn't. It gets, everything blurs together in my world.
Yeah, it's all just so we got.
So what do we got today, Todd? What do we got? I know I got some fucked up facts for later on, but usually you kind of take the steering wheel, I hop in the passenger seat, and let you DD the bitch wherever it's got to go. Yeah.
Today, besides Joe's fucked up facts, we are also going to let you know that, you know, if you live in the central New York area, well, if you live in New York, the reefer, the ganja, jazz cab, it's legal over 21. And, you know, central New York, there's a wide variety of places that you can pick up your local cannabis products, but there's one
place that stands above them all.
It does. It stands and then might urinate them out a little bit too.
One dispensary to rule them all. Precious Joe's Buds. Preparatory location run by my mentor, good friend, and dare I say father figure, Joe Simons.
He's got enough kids.
Esquire.
He doesn't need any more.
In the state of Massachusetts, if you get arrested in New York, you're kind of effed in the A. But if you want to jump that border and go up to Beantown and light some shit on fire, call Joe Simons. He'll be the extinguisher that puts out that flames of your legal trouble.
That's true. But yeah, visit Joe's Buds there at
joesbudsny.com, I think.
Yeah. Yep. On Onondaga Boulevard there. Exact
What's
number
the address?
I don't remember anymore.
It's
4658. Is that it?
Yeah, right by the Limp Lizard and the food place. Yeah, that food place.
But so that's out the way. We have a lot of stuff. Not a lot of stuff. We have some stuff we have to discuss. Things have happened. Things have transpired. Things have been announced. Things that got me rather aroused have been announced.
Todd, just start it off with it. Just go.
No. I got to do it. I got to do it the way it happens.
T-Odd News, where the useless news comes first.
Breaking news, just released. Todd's news. Go ahead, Todd. Go.
So, I was going to do just a straight world record one today, okay?
But there's nothing straight about Todd.
It's true. So, I did that. But then I stumbled on a story that truly embodies the name of the segment of Odd News. But this also kind of embodies the statement of a lot of Americans are kind of fucking stupid.
Most Americans.
Yeah. So here we go. We're going to start off with that. And then I think four Guinness World Records.
Not one, not two, not three, but quattro.
Yes.
Sheesh, why dare you spoil me, Todd?
I know. You know I got to do it. So anyway, let's start off with this. How dumb is America? The U.S. Transportation Security Administration, or the TSA, is warning travelers of an important piece of airport protocol. Costco membership cards do not count as real ID. The TSA, which began enforcing the requirement for real ID while traveling last month, said on social media that acceptable substitutes for the state issue identification cards do not include wholesale warehouse memberships. We love hot dogs or rotisserie chickens as much as the next person, but please stop telling people their Costco card counts as real ID because it is absolutely not, the TSA said on X. The post did not specify what people or entities were spreading the misinformation. But accepted substitutes for real ID at U.S. airports include passports, border crossing, and permanent resident cards.
Well, I do have to say, like, the security to get, like, into BJ's is pretty fucking legit. So, like, honestly, my BJ's card should work for me to board a plane because the thorough background search that they had to do to allow me to get cheaper gas and to purchase wholesale groceries was quite thorough. They had to use a glove and there was no lubrication used.
You know, that's not normal. I don't know what BJ's you went to.
It was that guy on the corner who said he needed $50.
That's something we should talk about later. But anyway,
so I shouldn't eat the food I got from him. I'll be right
back. So basically, in my opinion, if you wouldn't give it to a police officer as a form of identification, you probably shouldn't give it to somebody in the TSA.
Okay. I guess I can
over. I have my old medical marijuana card that has my picture on it and shit. It looks like a fucking ID. Like, if I got pulled over, I'm not gonna be like, "Here you go, officer. Here is my ID." So, fucking world records. Ready? Are you ready?
It's born ready.
You don't look ready. Are you ready?
Okay. It's born ready.
A fitness education group in California broke a Guinness World Record by gathering 1,423 people to play the playground game Red Light, Green Light.
Yeah.
1,400 fucking people playing this. CF Fitness Incorporated, an educated-oriented group aimed at promoting physical fitness at schools, gathered students from the Anaheim Elementary School District and their families to play the record-breaking game at Yorba Park in Anaheim. The participants also included students who traveled from other districts, as well as local firefighters, police officers, and city officials. The game ended up breaking the record of 1,423 participants. It was definitely an afternoon filled with lots of energy, and I think my face hurts from smiling so much. Guinness World Records judge Brittany Dunn said after the successful attempt. The children were all really great and so eager to participate. I love that they all took the attempt so seriously, and one of the older police officers present decided he wanted to participate in the game as well, which made the children happy. And I thought was a great reminder that even adults need to play in their lives too, she said. That's a lot.
Well, I think it's funny that the game is red light, green light. So it's a game where you're not even continuously moving, you're constantly stopping. That's how lazy we have become as a country. We can't just play tag. We have to play tag with breaks in it. That's what we got the world record for. All right, what's our next one?
A New York man may have earned a Guinness World Record by playing golf for 36 consecutive hours.
Yo. How much coke did he do?
I don't know. Kelchi Zihi, a Long Island man who is originally from Nigeria, hit the links at Huntington Crescent Club at 6 p.m. Sunday, this was a few days ago, with the intention of playing the game for 24 hours, the minimum goal set by Guinness World Records to originate the title for the longest marathon golf playing. His plans abruptly changed halfway through his attempt when he was told a Norwegian man had just completed an attempt that went on for 32 hours. So he extended his own attempt and ended up finishing after 36 hours of golf about a week ago.
Can you imagine that? You're all right, man, I'm finally going to go for this 24-hour record. And while you're doing that, somebody calls you yo, dude, somebody in Norway
Sven
just
fucking went for
beat
32
it on
hours.
the same day that you're
Yeah.
doing it. Like, that's fucked.
Yeah. Now, evidence from his attempt must now be reviewed by Guinness World Records. He said his goal is to expand the reach of golf, especially young people in Nigeria, where he bought land and plans to build a course. People
That's
assume
cool.
that golf is for the wealthy, and I'm trying to change that. He told CBS New York. The goal is to let people know that golf is a game for everybody. Whatever your economic background or somebody with special needs, you can play the game of golf. Which is true.
Yeah.
Golf's a fun game. Fun to play, boring as fuck to watch, but fun to play. 2 more.
Okay.
A Swiss man put his cold endurance to the test and broke a Guinness World Record by spending more than 2 hours buried in the snow while wearing only his swimming trunks.
Wonder how that frostbite was.
Elias Meyer, a competitive power lifter, said he decided to take on the title for the longest time spent direct full body contact with snow after discovering no one had yet cracked the 2 hour mark. The previous record set by some Polish dude whose name, well, actually, Valjan Romawski in 2022 stood at 1 hour and 45 minutes and 2 seconds. Meyer, wearing only a swimsuit, was buried under a mound of snow for 2 hours and 7 seconds. He said the cold bothered him less than the weight of the snow pressing down on him. The heavy snow pressed me down, causing my shoulders and elbows to ache. Perhaps you also felt a sharp ice cube against your back with no chance to do anything about it. You can only be thankful for everything, he wrote on Instagram. But also being like a power lifter, I wonder if he's one of those dudes that takes like ice baths and shit. So like,
I'm sure he is. I'm sure that's where this like idea stemmed from. Was like,
plus
I
he
can do
lives in
the ice bath for
Switzerland,
10 minutes. I can do the ice bath for a half hour. Like, I'm sure that's where it stemmed from. That's crazy. I can't imagine that.
So this last one is actually just a quick thing that I actually found the other day, and I was like, "Oh, I got to bring this up because it's crazy to think about this." This was from back in 2015, but the Guinness World Record for the longest video game, like dance video game marathon,
Okay.
is 138 hours and 34 seconds, achieved by Carrie Swedecki, a teacher from California in 2015.
It's like 5 days straight.
She accomplished this feat by playing Just Dance 2015, a physically demanding dance rhythm game, continuously for nearly 6 days.
What the serious fuck?
So, of course, it's something I saw on Facebook. So I'm like, all right, I'm not going to assume that this is true. So I'm going to search the interwebs for further information. And it is no bullshit. That is 100 absolutely % true. That woman fucking played Just Dance for 138 hours straight.
She almost played it for a whole fucking week.
I die after like 5 minutes of looking at the instructions. Like,
Ugh.
plus then
That
it also
makes my
brings
heart
again.
hurt.
It brings up other just weird questions. It's how you eating. How are you going to the bathroom? Like, if it's supposed to be consecutive, you know what I mean?
You're shitting like this. Poop out.
Somebody fucking
Poop
like
out.
spooning your food to you and shit. Like, all right, on the down, on the B, on the B, on the A. Like I don't
Right. That's
don't know,
crazy, dude.
It really is. So that was your odd news, mostly Guinness World Records type thing for today.
Right. So are we ready for some fucked up facts? Did I make
I'm
a
always ready for
video
fucked up facts.
intro for that?
You did, but I don't see it.
I don't think I
in
uploaded
here.
it yet. I don't think I uploaded it yet.
No.
I'll have to do that. All right. So our first one. Back in the 1800s, when your loved one died, you didn't just bury them. You posed them like they're still alive, and you took family photos, eyes painted open, bodies propped up. Sometimes they're the only photos of those people you ever had taken. Imagine being the only one smiling in a group pic and realizing later you're standing next to your aunt that was like dead. And like, have you ever seen these pictures? Like, if you look closely at some of them, you can tell like the eyes are painted on. They're fucking creepy.
That's weird.
And for
man.
you children out there who don't know this, back in the day when photography was first invented, you had to stay still for a long period of time for the image to be imprinted.
Like 5 or 10
So,
minutes or some shit like that.
yeah. So, rabbits can die from fright. Like literally, if a rabbit hears a sound or it gets too scared, their little hearts just give out and they just die.
Which makes me
It's
sad.
crazy, right? So in medieval times, they drank mummy powder. Europeans in the 16th century were snorting and drinking ground up Egyptian mummies. Why? They thought it cured everything. Headache? Try some pharaoh skull. Hemorrhoids? Let's sprinkle some toe bone on your asshole. You're just one plague away from sipping on ancient king dust.
That's terrible.
And going on with that, did you know King Charles II ate human skulls as medicine? The dude was out there sipping on what was called king drops, a drink made from dissolving powdered human skulls in alcohol. Royal cocktail hour. Would you like some Merlot whiskey or Crown Peasant? Cheers, Your Majesty. Now enjoy some of that peasant brain. Ugh.
That's fucked, man. Like, what the fuck were people thinking back then? I mean, what the fuck are people thinking now? But Jesus
Right.
Christ, man. Like, that's fucked up.
And now we are going to take a little step over to the animal kingdom, to a majestic beast called the duck. And do you know what's crazy about ducks?
They quack.
Male ducks have terrifying corkscrew-shaped penises
I have heard
that
that.
shoot out like fleshy jack-in-the-boxes. Some species over 8 inches long on a duck. Even worse, the female duck's vaginas have evolved into a maze of a vagina. It's like, yeah, it's like those race games you got on the phone where it's like. Now, back in the day, if you were in France, Todd, and
With a duck?
you committed a crime, and they decided that they were going to put your head in the guillotine.
Mhm.
They say that you can often be alive for up to 30 seconds after your head's cut off. So just imagine that your head's cut off, your head rolls, and you look over, and it's just your body. And your last image in your head is you just seen your body.
Yeah, so basically your last thought is, I just got my head chopped off, and then you die.
Yeah.
By
And
the
so
time it
this-
all registers, it's literally, yep, I just got my head chopped off.
And our last thing is also about things being chopped off. It's about Napoleon. And he was castrated after he was killed. And his penis was auctioned off. And it was preserved. And it was sold at an auction. And then a priest owned it at one point. And then a urologist owned it at one point. And then it sat in a briefcase under somebody's bed in New Jersey for a while. And yes, before you ask, it was described as small and leathery. And that's this week's Fucked Up Facts, guys.
I'm more confused on how someone can just be like, hey, got Napoleon's dick in a fucking briefcase under my bed. Forgot all about it. Like,
Viva la Revolution penis! All right, what else you got for me, Todd?
I just discovered this. So, actually, hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey, listen!
it's time for video game news and reviews
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
Fatality
It's me, Mario!
with Todd and Joe.
So, I don't know if you've seen this. You've heard about it. I don't know how many of these types of games have actually been done since one of the best games of them all. Did you know? You know what? No, I'm just gonna play it.
Okay.
His parents cut their own rope to save him. He watched them fall, then found his way off that mountain. He was 11 years old.
He then started a grand tour of every major boarding school in Britain.
Always at the top of his class.
Always at odds with authority. Same thing in the Navy.
His superiors all praise his instincts.
And they're all in need of early retirement. Nobody knows what to do with him, Mom.
No, and I suspect he feels the same way. But what he did in Iceland...
What he did in Iceland was insubordination. It was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless. He only survived thanks to blind luck. Give me one good reason to put him in the program, Mom.
I think you just covered them all, Greenway. It's really quite simple. Bond is a bullet without a target. Let's give him one.
James Bond origin game. I'm digging it.
Do you have an appointment?
The name's Bond.
James Bond. He's with me.
And you are? Don't think we've had the pleasure.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, James.
So you shouldn't have.
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need all my pieces on the board.
009 is a master manipulator. Whatever the endgame is, we won't see it coming.
I'm so on board for this.
Gets me every time.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
With respect, Mom. To hell with that.
Tell me, what do you do, James?
It actually reminds me of like a Splinter Cell game. I'm so on board for that.
I suppose this is another teachable moment.
I'm so on board. The only thing it sucks, it looks like it's only for PlayStation.
No, it's not.
Oh, it just said PlayStation on it.
No,
Another
I
big.
don't think there really is, like, I think PlayStation, Xbox for the most part. There might be a little bit here and there. I think they stopped with that exclusive bullshit.
No, there's some still very exclusive like title, like the God of War on PlayStation.
Oh
the
yeah,
Spider-Man
I'm talking like
games.
a lot of like the newer stuff. Like they've kind of, for the most part, like any newer like things like this coming out, like they've done away with. I'm pretty sure I saw earlier that was on Xbox and PC as well. Plus, the company that makes it, unless they're exclusively tied to PlayStation, it would be dumb for them just to fucking be one thing exclusively. Because,
Yeah, no, I just looked it up. It's on everything.
yeah.
I'm so on board for that. I love games like that. Like that really reminds me of like the Splinter Cell games. Another big announcement this week: Call of Duty Black Ops 7 looks amazing. I love that series. I know you're not a big Call of Duty guy.
It's cookie cutter
But-
shit to me. Like that's
I love the campaigns and I have a lot of fun, and I think it's something that maybe the four of us should do for Warzone to like do a couple run throughs with it, because it can be so much fun and so much craziness, so much chaos. I actually, in honor of the trailer going yesterday, I streamed some of the last Call of Duty campaign. I hadn't finished the campaign and was doing some of the playthrough on that for Fuck 'em Up Fridays when I can. I did some Doom and then I did some of that. What else we got video game wise, Todd?
that's pretty much it, to be honest with you. But
I'm on board
I
for that
also
all day.
don't recall a Bond game besides GoldenEye.
They came out with GoldenEye reskin with like the Daniel Craig And I know there was one Bond game after that. I remember playing it. It focused more campaign-wise than multiplayer, and it was okay. Wasn't anything spectacular.
I mean, nothing beats GoldenEye.
GoldenEye was just a perfect storm of a game for a perfect time.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That was, yeah.
What do we got next?
Well, we saw it. Didn't believe it was going to happen. I've been on the fence about it.
I didn't watch it yet. I've been waiting. I've been waiting to watch it.
Watch this?
No, I've been waiting.
Okay. It is fucking hilarious. Just be known. Have it be known to you. There's a lot of reading, but it's funny.
Years ago, there was only one Star Wars show. Since then, there have been a prequel trilogy, a sequel trilogy, a sequel to the prequel, a prequel to the sequel, countless TV spin-offs, a movie spin-off of the TV spin-off, which is both the prequel and a sequel, not to mention 2 Dunes, 7 Jurassic Parks, 2 Avatars plus 3 upcoming Avatars, making 5 Avatars, 36 MCU movies with 2 different Robert Downey Jr.'s, DCU attempt number 1, DCU attempt number 2, an animated Lion King, a live-action animated Lion King, a live-action animated Lion King prequel, 8 Harry Potter movies, a TV series remaking the same 8 Harry Potter movies, a whole streaming service of Star Trek, 7 Alien movies, 2 of which were also Predator movies, not to be mistaken for the 6 Predator movies that are also not also Alien movies, 1 Prometheus movie, which came out of Alien movies, 4 Beatles movies, and Oppenheimer. For 38 years, there's only been one Spaceballs. Until now.
After 40 years, we asked, what do the fans want? But instead, we're making this movie. May the Schwartz be with you.
Now, those of you who don't know Todd as well as I know Todd, and trust me, I know Todd inside and out. There's very few things in this world that he has been waiting for. Up until a few years ago, a good Ghostbusters sequel was one of those. And we got not one, but one really good one and one serviceable sequel. But Todd has been waiting for Spaceballs to be brought back and be brought back correctly. And it's like Christmas Day for this man.
I think what made it more real and me more on board, and I knew like Pullman would probably do it, whatever, but like, and I knew Brooks would do it, was, and I always said for years upon years, the only person that could get Rick Moranis out of retirement is Mel Brooks. He wouldn't do it for Ghostbusters. He did it kind of for there was a show on TV about the kid growing up in the 80s and shit like that. The Goldbergs. So there was an episode of the Goldbergs that Dark Helmet was in, which he only voiced. He wasn't actually physically doing it. But he still voices, so kind of.
Yeah, but he hasn't been on screen.
No. And I did like even before they announced the second year or two ago when they announced they were working on this, like for many years, I'm like, Mel Brooks is the only person that can bring him out of retirement. Nothing else matters except Mel Brooks. Pullman's in it. I guess Pullman's son might be in it. I'm hoping, I think her name was Daphne Zaga or some shit like that. I hope she comes back for it. Obviously, half the other cast is dead. So like, it would have, two reasons I wish this would have been done a long time ago. One, because I think the style of humor still would have translated. We've all seen History of the World Part 2, and it's pretty fucking terrible. Two, for John Candy to have been able to be Barf again would have been fantastic.
But I think if they get Josh Gad, it will be okay.
if he's his kid. If they try to make it so he's actually Barf or somebody is replacing like that actual character, then I'm not going to be on as board with it as I want to be, because you can't replace John Candy.
So this is what we got. This is the full announcement. Alongside the announcement, the Hollywood Reporter said that the film will star Lewis Pullman, Bill Pullman's real-life son, as Starburst, the son of Lone Star and Vespa, and Kiki Palmer as a character named Destiny, as well as Josh Gad as Barf Jr. Brooks will be reprising the role of Yogurt. According to Deadline Hollywood, both Bill Pullman and Rick Moranis are returning, reprising Lone Star and Dark Helmet, respectively, while the Wrap confirmed that Daphne Zunga will reprise her role as Princess Vespa. According to the press release, the film has been described by those who have not yet read the script as a non-prequel, non-reboot sequel, part 2, but with reboot elements franchise expansion film. It's going to be what we wanted the history part 2 to be. I think
that's what it sounds like. The way everything's been done so far is in Mel Brooks fashion. Things are written, things that are said, how it's been done. History of the World Part 2 was not like that. There was no whatever leading up to it. The only thing that I got a laugh out of in that one was just the Hitler on Ice, because it was such a reference from the original movie, which never, everything else didn't happen from that. So other than that, it just didn't feel Mel Brooks. This feels, and you have that original cast. I'm okay with Josh Gad playing Barf's son, because no one can replace John Candy. Like, you can't do that. Like, that's some sacred shit. Like, you just can't. To carry on like a legacy of it like that, like, that's cool with me. But as long as that's it, like, because you just can't do it. So yeah, no, we'll see. Brooks is up there, man. By the time that comes out, he'll be 100. He is 98 currently.
That's wild.
So yeah, by the time that fucking movie actually comes out, and I'm hoping he's one of those people that got to drink out of like the Holy Grail, and he is just going to live forever. Like, yeah, he is. He'll be like 100 when it comes out.
That's wild.
But also, I guess to think about, I'm 100 years old and I'm watching a movie that I helped with, I'm still doing at fucking 100 years old. Like, that is also saying something. So yeah, I got one more thing. We did it the last time. It was called The Movie Game. And I believe the last time I gave you the pitch of a squirt gun at a cultural heritage museum. So since you didn't pick A, you're just going to get A, because I also forgot and didn't have time. But still, I will give you the Jeopardy theme to think about it. 2 to 3 minutes, as if you didn't watch last time. I throw an object in a setting at Joe, and his beautiful creative brain comes up with a pitch and develops a plot for a movie about said object in a setting. This one's out there, but I have faith in you. I have faith in the cannabis running through your blood veins that you will come up with something amazing for this. Your object is a ceiling fan, and your setting is a Viking ship.
Okay.
Give it some thought. Okay, so again, the movie game. Joe's going to throw a pitch at you, ceiling fan, and a Viking ship.
So, Ingrid is a young girl who lives in the Viking village on the coastal little town in Norway. And she's not like normal girls. She's not into sewing. She's not into like playing with dolls and all that stuff. She wants to be an adventurer. She wants to be a warrior like her father. Well, Ingrid goes exploring and she falls down to a bunch of caves. And in these caves, she finds an old abandoned Viking ship. And as she goes, she swims down to it. She gets on the Viking ship and she goes into the quarters of the captain. And inside, there's all this treasure and everything. And there's a ceiling fan. And she sees this beautiful ruby jewel. And she goes to take it. And as she goes to try to take it down, the fan starts turning and turning and turning. And all of a sudden, the ship starts spinning and spinning and spinning. And next thing you know, Ingrid, she's going through time. She's going through space. And she ends up on a planet called Ignagmoog. And Ignagmoog is like a contemporary version of our world, except it doesn't have people. It has these weird kind of blobby things that have like armadillo shells, but like they have like blobby faces and arms that come in. And there she meets a little blobby boy named Lou. And Lou has to conceal Ingrid as Ingrid tries to find where her ship has gone because the blobby thing's government has taken the ship and trying to figure out what to do with the ship. And now Ingrid, who is a little Viking girl from the 1500s, is now across the galaxy. Hilarity ensues. And you find that even though you might not be the same as everybody around you, there is a friend for you somewhere in this universe. Stop. Guys, stop. Okay, go ahead. You can. All right, cut it off. Stop it. Cut it off. God. Todd, you're just too much sometimes.
Say his name.
One more thing. Actually, I threw it in the group chat. I
Wrong show.
Very much so. I don't know when it comes out. I'm assuming some kind of soon. Brand new on Prime. American Gladiators. That's right.
I did see that.
Bring it back, American Gladiators. The Miz is one of the commentators, hosts, and ex-WWF wrestler or WWE wrestler. Wow. Rick Boogs, whatever the fuck that dude's name was. Wardlow from AEW. I think there's another chick that was in something. TNA.
And Todd will be reporting on it in a quick segment every week.
I'm kind of excited for it. I don't know how about you, man. Like, I loved watching American Gladiators.
Todd, you just became Triple N's correspondent for American Gladiators.
All right. Did you ever watch it when you were younger?
Dude, every Saturday morning after cartoons.
Like Nitro and Storm and shit like that?
Yes!
I always wanted to be up on the fucking guns, like shooting at people and shit.
It was always on right before Saturday main event. Like in the morning, Saturday morning main event. It was always on right before. It was either on right before or right after.
So I'm kind of excited about that, to be honest with you.
I am too. So Mondays, you check us out. Tuesdays, Wrestle Fandom Radio. Wednesdays, Garrett has stuff.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Thursdays, this past Thursday, we reviewed Iron Man. This upcoming Thursday, The Incredible Hulk, the MCFU. Yeah, we're 3-4 movies in. We got this, we got like 30 left. Yeah, and constant shorts where I'm streaming any free second I get. We're going to start doing some more like group streamings together. And just remember, guys, if you have pants on, take them off in the privacy of your home. Don't do it in public. You can go to jail.
Good advice. Peace, bitches.
Bye, nerd.